Okay, hello everybody, I am Urbanio, also known as Sam Leonard. My real first name is Jesse. So today, I want to make a recording where I talk about, you see some Reddit posts, like, why don't I like music anymore? Why don't I enjoy listening to music anymore? So, disclaimer, this is not out to, disprove, whenever this is dopamine really does this or not, or the existence of anhedonia, right? This is not NOT, not out to disprove any of that. The purpose of this recording is to bring awareness to another mechanic of this universe that we live in, and that is called overall resonance. What is overall resonance? So, this is like when you're mixing colors together. So you mix two colors together to make a third one that neither of the first two are. Right? None of these first two are that, but when they're together, then you get that third one. So the same principle also applies to feelings, aka frequencies. So music is frequencies, and it's also very subjective. Now here's the thing. Now this will also touch on the topic of the problem of trying to understand what people are saying through plain text. When I say plain text, I mean you just see text. It doesn't have like the actual emotion or color attached to it. So when you're just reading text, it's relying on signposting to what's supposedly the same emotion, but a lot of times I notice that, especially like if you're in a Twitch chat and you're saying stuff and it's just in plain text, that's those words and even the way you're saying it within your specific vocabulary is not necessarily going to signpost to, in people's minds, that's not necessarily going to signpost to specific emotions that those words signpost to in your mind. Alright, so let's read one here. This one is why don't I like music anymore? Let me put on a little accent, not to be offensive or anything, but just like make it clear and also more comfortable to my subconscious mind that I'm paraphrasing here. So here goes paraphrasing. I've got a problem, and I hope some of you can give me answers. I haven't been able to enjoy music anymore since the beginning of the summer. I remember there was a week where I noticed I wasn't very into it, and then all of a sudden... Well, alright, let's keep that in mind. And then, all of a sudden, it's like my groove just turned off. During the summer, I would still listen to music a lot, trying to enjoy it. But it seems like no matter how many different genres I tried, nothing worked. Sometimes I would kind of enjoy a song, and once I had a period of 2 days where it kind of got better. Okay, so let's look at that, right? So he says and once I had a period of days where it kind of got better, but then it would go back. All right, so let's go back to overall resonance, right? So, like I said, the mixing colors, right? So this music. Okay, so when you're looking at this, right, like with plain text. Like when he says I listen to music, like on plain text on black and white, that could be anything, right? There's no specification in this post right here. It doesn't say who they listen to. And try not to get too complicated, but I know that the object, like if you're wearing different earbuds, which could have different natural resonance frequencies, which is different materials that's made out of. That could also be part of the overall resonance. That could be one of the mixed colors, which gets you to feel what you feel. So, for example, these black earbuds I have, they're like made of like different material than the red overhead headphones, and so then the overall resonance, I'll get a different mixed color, if you will. And he also does not. There's no mention of like who they listen to. Okay. So I don't have the specific thing to work with. Now let's go over to like enjoy. So when you see the word enjoy on here, when I see it anyway, there's several different positive emotions that constitute that same word, But then when you're just looking at that word in plain text, it's like, okay, what the hell are they talking about, right? And so what I'm saying is, are they just thinking one specific emotion to constitute enjoy? Or is it sometimes this good emotion and that other different good emotion that constitutes that same word, right? So yeah, that's kind of a problem. And kind of putting it lightly, but I like to say kind of a lot. So yeah. And the other thing is, we tend to think, and myself included, at least I'll just speak for myself, I tend to think, just because I enjoy something, and that could be one of several positive different emotions, then therefore it must be right, correct? Well, in reality, just because you feel one of many positive different emotions, that does not necessarily equate to correct. Now, yeah, when there's like the production, and there's like overall resonance is not necessarily being captured into the final product, especially when it's being done digitally and there's a lack of like amplitude fluctuation into the auxiliary. And of course, that's not to say they couldn't just do a vibe cleanup of residual energy, residual vibes, before they put that onto the master tapes and then set that out. I'm talking about like older recordings. Not saying that doesn't happen anymore, but anyway, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, just because you feel a good emotion doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Now, you could be experiencing one of them, but the thing is, it's like a keypad door where even if you do get the correct keypad, it'll still give you the same message, access denied, in a manner of speaking. So, to me anyway, there's no green text saying access granted, even if I do get the right one. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, I know, and like I said, it's not, this recording's not out to disprove, dopamine does this, or anhedonia is a real thing. This is not out to disprove that, but I just want to shed some light on a mechanic that I figured out to be true. Okay? So yeah, so this thing has a period of 2 days where it kind of gets better, but then to go back, and even then something felt like it was missing. So yeah, so this happens even with like music that I made, where I would feel something at the time I make it, and I would listen to it later, and now it's missing. And also sometimes depending on the overall resonance, say you drink different coffee, you have different shower products, or you could have different frequencies floating around at the time, and some can help put this back together, and some others put something that wasn't there before. So that's where you can get a lot of, not only do I not feel this good thing from it anymore, but now I feel this bad thing in its place. So that can happen. That's just the way it is with overall resonance. So I just wanted to bring more awareness to overall resonance, right? Okay. And he gives more specific, those chills that you get and that feeling in your stomach that music gives are totally gone for me, and paraphrase. Yeah, so totally gone. Listening, it just makes you anxious. Yeah, like I said, what I'm saying is not necessarily the answer for you either, but it's just that I want what I'm saying to be put into the list of considerations, given that you're in a position where you can afford to, right? Right, okay, so there you go. So that should help cover some things. Go ahead, feel free to comment, add things, share your experiences, but like I said, with plain text, it's very hard to really tell. And some people might say, he doesn't know how to talk. It's whatever, dude, okay? Whatever. I don't have to, I get it, plain text is cool in a way, and you can get sneaky with it in a way, but at the same time, it can be very horrible for conveying the right emotion, and people can even get the wrong idea from you, too, so it's really just better to have, an audio recording like you're listening to now. So, there you go. Thanks for listening. Take care, and see you around.